Hey guys, I hope you got your warrior pants on because we've been talking about the warrior skills and abilities and talents today. First of all, as per usual, hold down your auto attack buttons so you get your 3-hit combos off. And if you're moving while you hold them down, you get an automatic circle strafe. I'm just going to say that at the beginning of all these videos because I made this mistake myself of trying to spam my auto attacks, and it's not very effective. Hold them down. Just hold down the button, man. Warrior's auto attack is called Bash, which bash the enemies multiple times, dealing physical damage within 2.6 seconds. Next ability is our charge called Smash, which charges towards the enemy and stuns the target for 2 seconds. Insta-cast. Cleave is our 15-second cooldown, which cleaves and inflicts physical damage. Broken Blade is our 30-second cooldown, which brandishes a huge sword that inflicts physical damage to surrounding enemies per second for 4 seconds, and you are immune to root spell during skill duration. This is basically a whirlwind. You spin, this is spin to win. Broken Blade is spin to win. Trample, 12-second cooldown, instacast. Tramples surrounding enemies, inflicting physical damage and reducing their movement speed by 30% for 5 seconds. And Shield Block, 45-second cooldown, increases physical and magical defense by 66. Well, this will depend on the level. For 6 seconds. Now let's look at our secret arts, our 60-second cooldowns. First up, we got Storm Warhammer. Throw a Thunder Warhammer at the enemy, inflicting 110% physical damage and causing stun for 3 seconds. 60-second cooldown, as is standard with secret arts. Sacrificial Battle Roar. Unleash a furious roar to attract enemies' attack, while also unleashing inner potential, increasing damage reduction by 10% for 3 seconds. Berserk. Enter a Berserk state, increasing move speed by 25%, granting control immunity, and when attacked in a Berserk state, damage received is increased by 25% for 6 seconds. Counterattack. Ignite the will to fight, inflicting 110% physical damage to enemies who dare to attack for 6 seconds. Basically reflects all. Reflects all attacks. Riposte all attacks. War Axe. Throw a hand axe at the target, inflicting 80% physical damage over time on enemies within 20 meters in front and slows them down by 60% for 8 seconds. Assist and Protect. Willing to take the hit, charge toward a teammate. During this period, all damage received will be shared by 50% for 6 seconds. Very, very nice. And what are our warrior specs, you ask? We have Heavy Armor, Command, and Breach. Heavy Armor is a defensive battle style. Warriors who select these inscriptions and talents will be granted high defense. As the strongest defenders, warriors should strive to obtain heavy armor from dungeons. Our basic skill Bash gets Armor Force, which inflicts physical damage and increases damage reduction by 10% for 5 seconds and stacks up to 3 times with high threat. We get Shield Block, increasing physical and magical defense and greatly increasing block while also deflecting a percent of damage taken for 6 seconds. By the way, if no one knows what block is in this game, it's just a skill, like not really a stat, and every time it gets activated, it's a flat 50% damage reduction. Then we get a Smash Toughness ability, which charges towards the enemy, dealing physical damage, stuns, and gives us a health shield for 8 seconds with high threat. Talents. Steady as a mountain. Increases our damage reduction by 2% every 2 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. Remove 2 stacks when you move. Don't move. Rock Solid, increasing tenacity by 3%. Blackout duration reduces by 30%. Tenacity, I should do, I won't explain it. I'll do a video about all the stats later on. Sacrificial Parry, increasing block rate by 5%. Broken Blade Bloodbath, brandish a huge sword, inflicting physical damage to surrounding enemies for 4 seconds. Immune to root, and convert 50% of damage inflicted to healing during the skill's duration. So Whirlwind gets a healing effect added to it. We get the Wind of Mars. When our HP is below 25%, we restore 22% HP every 2 seconds. And when our HP is below 20% with Fierce Resistance, our defense is increased by 20%. That was heavy armor. The Command spec. Command is a control-oriented strategic battle style. Warriors who select these inscriptions and talents will gain all kinds of control abilities and can provide tactical support to their team. Impressive control capabilities make the control system outstanding in PvP battles. For Broken Blade, our Whirlwind, we get our standard physical damage for 4 seconds, immune, and continuously cast a Cyclone that inflicts damage and reduces move speed during the skill's duration. We get the Trample Outrage, which deals physical damage and knocks them back, also fearing them for 1.5 seconds. We get Smash Disrupt, Charge In, stun for 3 seconds rather than the regular 2 seconds. Bash Vanguard, bashing multiple enemies, dealing physical damage, and has a 10% chance of resetting our Smash cooldown. That's kind of ridiculous. This is your auto attack bash with a 10% chance of resetting your charge cooldown that has a 3-second stun on it. Oof, I do not want to mess with any command warriors in PvP. Talents. No talents in this suggested loop. Trample Outrage. Tramples enemies, dealing physical damage, knocking back, and causing fear. Bash Vanguard. Same. Do we get to see the talents this time? Trampling Thunder. Use Trample and become immune to root for 2 seconds. Blade Master. Bash reduces Trample cooldown by 1 second. Nice. Alright. Our Breach spec is an aggressive battle style. Warriors who select these inscriptions will be granted high attack. We get a Shield Block Berserk, increasing physical and magical defense, and increases our damage and crit rate for 6 seconds. We get Trample Crack. Tramples, deals physical damage, reduces move speed by 30%, while also carrying the Reap effect, physical damage over time, for 5 seconds, and greatly increasing this skill's crit rate. Bash Armor Break, bashing the enemies, doing physical damage, adding an armor break effect, reducing physical defense for 5 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. Heavy Blow talent, skill crits have an 80% chance of applying an injury effect, 80% physical damage over 8 seconds. Sharp Weapon, armor break increases the crit rate of all attacks towards target. Wait. Armor break increases the crit rate of all attacks towards target. Increased by 10%. I think this is a typo right here. Heavy Crush increases heavy injury effect by 100%. Cleave, Raging Cleave. Cleave attack inflicts 150% and doubles the damage if the enemy's HP is below 25%. Smash Brutality. Charge towards the enemy, inflicting damage. Stuns for 2 seconds and increases the damage of the next skill. Those are your Breach DPS warrior specs right there. Hope you warriors out there will enjoy your warriors. I hope you do not play Command. If you are playing Command in a PvP match against me, I will do my best to disconnect your internet. Just kidding. Subscribe, follow, hit all the links below the channel description thingy, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace. GG's.